Welcome to our final exercise. So we were assigned a case study where we chose a problem that could be solved using Dynamo, and I decided to focus on one of my favorite programs, BE18, and automating the workflow to make it a bit easier and more streamlined to get started. So if we take a look at BE18, we have three tables that we're responsible for filling out. Um, One of the most tedious tables we have is the yellow table, where you pull the windows and doors and you find out certain information. So some of the information we're going to pull from Revit is the windows and doors, the number of each, the orientation, and the area. So whenever we look at our graph, first thing we do is we pull the data from Revit. We use the nodes of category so we can um, find our windows and all the windows in the project. And then we connect that node to an element name so that we can see specifically which windows we're responsible for. So from there, the first thing I focused on was finding the window area. I looked for the width and height and pulled those using the get parameter value by name node. And then we start by plugging that in to create a list. Um, so then from that list, we transpose it so that we can get two values, our length and our width, or our height. Um, so then we use that to specifically go in and get the item at the index so we can multiply that, which then would give us our area value. One of the issues I constantly face was an error within this area. Um, I've attempted to figure out how to fix it, and the only solution I came to was to detach all the wires and then rewire them and then run it again. But then the next time I would open it, I would have the same result. And so from that area, I also added that to um, the list so that I could create almost a building journal sort of table. So the next thing I focused on was figuring out the orientation of the windows. So I downloaded the Rhythm add-on because it has a node where you can get the parameter value by type or instance. The type parameter is usually the more difficult one to pull from Revit. So um, this node made it a bit easier. And then also I had a few nulls which gave me an error. So I used this list filter bool mask um, to remove those, which shortened my list a bit, but um, I still have the information I need to show where things are orientated. So then I added that to my list create, and then I um, added a space in my spreadsheet because then I just wanted to give an overview of how many windows of a certain type that I had in the project. And all that was transposed. And then here we created the data, the data stream so that we could pull the information from Revit into Excel. So because of my error, I can't really run it, and it takes a while to reconnect the nodes. So I just saved a copy so you could see. So my yellow table, you can see where the element name is, and then you have the width, the height, the area, the orientation, and then this is also the different type or the names, and then how many in the project there are. So, as I said, there were three tables that I would like to focus on. However, I had a bit of difficulty figuring out the other two. I have a screenshot of my original graph and the way I attempted to pull the data by using wall categories and um, and pretty much going that route. But then the issue came that I was left with a lot of information that I didn't necessarily need in the moment. Um, Whenever you're doing BE18, your focus is on the envelope and not the interior. Um, so then, after some guidance, I was given the advice to use a select model elements, which pulls specific ones from the project that you select. So after connecting that to the element name, you get the name of the specific items you need. So then from there, I started to create my list so I could start pulling the parameters that I wanted. Um, I attempted to try and add a header to my Excel sheet this time, um, but I'm having a bit of trouble sorting the data to be able to do so. But I was able to pull the area, the length, and the orientation of the wall, and then again added that to a list, transposed it so it would fit better in an Excel sheet. Um, so I'm not really sure how to fix the errors that I came across, but I'm really excited about this program and looking forward to using it more. Um, I'm going to continue to try and work on this so that I could use it for our next project in the fifth semester. But until then, this is what I have, and thank you for your time.